Somebody recently commented that they wanted to see a Phoenix Strike Assassin. I've tried a bunch of different combinations of it because Phoenix Strike, after all, is the charge up skill, not the finisher. So you could use Phoenix Strike with something like Dragon Talon, Dragon Claw, Dragon Tail, or Dragon Flight. My personal favorite recently, ever since Dragon Talon kind of got nerfed, is Dragon Tail. Honestly, that's probably my favorite, and I think that Tiger Strike probably is the best for it. But Phoenix Strike, especially if you didn't have Infinity on your Mercenary or something, can be really cool. And it can just be kind of satisfying to use because you got like the Ice Bolts coming out, then you got the Chain Lightning or whatever it is, and then you have the Meteor that comes down. That's also pretty cool. It can be satisfying if you're doing like a Bale fight and he's down to a little bit of health and that Meteor just crashes down on him and finishes him off. There's a lot of different setups that you could do. You could do like a sword and a shield. You could do 2 claws because claw block is really, really good. You can block elemental damage. So, I mean, this is the only character that can do something like that aside from like energy shield, which absorbs the damage or whatever. And then there's also like the Cyclone armor for the druid, but this weapon block, this is the only like blocking where you can block the elemental damage, and you can get the chance pretty high up as well. So using 2 claws is always a good way to go. I like to use Breath of the Dying. I was experimenting with using Death, but the attack speed's a little bit slower. I like the mana leech and the life leech from Breath of the Dying, and just the attack speed, even though it is a little bit weaker. I like that, and the bonus to like all of my stats as well. It gives a nice little bonus to attack rating and everything else as well. For the Mercenary, we've got Infinity, Shaft Stop, and then Crown of Thieves. On me, I've got Breath of the Dying, Martial Arts Gloves, BK Ring, Arachnid's Mesh, Ravenfrost, Goblin Toes just for that crushing blow since we're not using the Death. The Goblin Toes are upgraded to mirrored boots to get better kick damage. So we got decent crushing blows still. I feel like a lot of the boss fights, or any of the fights using the martial arts, you're doing a lot of the charge up skills and then your finisher. Charge up again, finish. So I feel like the crushing blow is important, but it's not as important as it was prior when Dragon Talon never missed and you could just go up and machine gun the boss down with crushing blow. Phoenix Shield, Atma Scarab for the attack rating, amplify damage as well, and then a Tiara 220 Assassin with some attack rating, energy, and then all res. So as much as we made an effort to get all res, we're still pretty low on the resistances. CTA and Spirit on swap. Death's gonna be way slower while I have Fade procced, so that's my main thing because this is like such a glass cannon build. If I have Burst of Speed, my resistances are so low. Here's all of my charms and everything. Some trap skillers, some martial arts skillers. Here's all my skill trees and everything like that. We've got a decently strong lightning sentry to take care of some of the bale waves and everything. Got a pretty good death sentry. I mean, it's only 1 point, but it does its job. We've got a decently strong shock web, which I think is actually kind of fun to just throw before the bale waves come in. I usually proc fade. I usually cast Fade when I come into here. And I'll show you just a quick little typical bale run that I would do. I'm actually farming for essences for another build that I'm going to do a showcase video on that I think will be pretty cool. I don't think I've seen anybody else make a video on it. I'm sure there probably is a video out there, but I mean, I don't know. There's not really any such thing as an original idea. Everything pretty much under the sun has been done before. So I think it's just a matter of putting your own personal twist on things. The kick speed isn't even all that crazy fast. So with Death, you can just imagine it being even slower. And really the charge up move and the finishing moves, really the finishing moves are the damage dealers, but we're getting decent damage while we're doing the charge up skills as well. Even without charges, you're getting about 12,000 damage just from Dragon Tail. With the charges, the Dragon Tail's hitting for the 12k with an additional up to 3500 damage meteor, and then up to 3500 burn damage per second, and then the chain lightning doing up to like 2500, and then the ice bolts. See, there goes one of those meteors. So I'll like lay my lightning sentries, I'll lay 4 and then 1 death sentry, and then I'll throw my shockwave down just for them to spawn in on. Nice and cheesy. And then I really only use burst of speed for the boss. For most crowds, I handle the crowds using my my traps, just for the sake of, I mean, I might fight 1 or 2 enemies with my actual attack, but at the same time I'm getting a lot more AoE from the traps. AoE is not bad from lightning strike, I mean from Phoenix Strike by any means, but I just feel like the traps are gonna give you, you're gonna get more utility out of the traps, even though they're not really all that strong against like this final wave of Bale. I feel like those are just let's see what this is. Dang. Alright, so let's do our burst of speed. This is how we would, okay Bale, you know we're doing a showcase. He knows. What the heck, she wouldn't kick for a second there. See, this, like, I feel like they need to do something with the martial arts skills to improve them, because it is kind of like tedious compared to some of the other builds. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I've gotten that F before. Might have to hold on to that. So yeah, I don't know. I like the Phoenix Strike Assassin, but I haven't really been compelled to make a video on it simply because I don't think it's like near the best. If you really just want to play meta stuff, then, you know, with less gear you could make a trap assassin. But at the same time, if you just want to have fun, this is pretty cool, and it's satisfying to see all like the visual effects and stuff that you kick out. Same way if you liked using a Rift Sin or something like this, something like that, this is gonna be more powerful than a Rift Sin would be. So yeah, let me know what you think about this character. I usually just, like I didn't mention, but I do all my trap casting on swap so that none of the corpses get eaten up by Phoenix, and also so that I benefit from the +3 to skills on swap that I have. So yeah, everybody have a great day. So many thanks for all the support on my channel recently. I couldn't do it without y'all.